Why do you talk so disrespectfully about... I don't talk that disrespectfully about fighters. You wouldn't have pissed Piper off if you didn't overstep your boundaries as a commentator. How did I overstep my boundaries? That's that pipsqueak strength for you. I gotta knock some sense into these MMA fans, man. Fedor Emelianenko. Fedor Emelianenko. This ain't Peaches and Creamville. Peaches and Creamville. Peaches and Creamville. Would Piper sleep you if he saw you in real life? I would be terrified of running into Joe Piper. I think that running into Joe Piper would be even scarier than running into... Who are some other fighters that I've talked about that are salty? Running into Jamal Hill would press me. Because even though I've joked around about him and I've said things like I like Jamal Hill, he's one of my favorite fighters, he's entertaining, and I kind of want him to beat Alex Pereira in a way, even though I like Pereira. Even though I've given him a lot of credit, he would still take the smallest thing that I've ever said that is close to discrediting him in some way, shape, or form and use that as like the way to judge me, to approach me. He would try to press me, but I don't think he would put hands on me because he would see that I am a dense guy. You'd probably... Like, here's the thing. It's one thing to be an elite level fighter and to have a size advantage. In the street, you don't want to fight a guy like me just because, again, there's a difference between having a high level of martial arts and being able to get angry when you're also dense. And I think that Jamal Hill would understand that there's a different level of strength that I have, grip strength. And as soon as I get it, like what I would do to Jamal Hill to neutralize the situation is I would tap him on the shoulder. I would say, hey, how you doing? You know, Volkanovski like touched Ilya's arm to try to, hey, what up, man? I would do that to him, and I think right away he would know not to do anything to me. Salty man Joe Piper. Salty man Joe Piper. I've said it a million times. Joe Piper is the kind of guy I would be chilling with Tom Brady. I'd be chilling with Sean Brady. Salty man Brendan Allen would be cool. Brendan Allen would laugh at me. He would be like, this guy's harmless. You know, they'd be all chilling with me. I'd be at that gym in Philly, and all of a sudden I would feel a big meaty finger on the back of my head, and it would smudge me. And all of a sudden I'd hear, what up, schmuck? And I would just hear a big meaty hook coming towards my ear, and he would catch me in the ear. He would follow up and put me away. So I don't think that any other fighter would do that. Nate Diaz, I could go up to Nate Diaz, and I could make fun of him. I could call him a pipsqueak. He would laugh at me. Nate Diaz would have a sense of humor. He'd be so comfortable and not threatened that he would just laugh and like shuck me off. Joe Piper would sneak up on me, smudge me with his finger, call me a schmuck, and I'd catch an overhand before I can even turn around. So I do not want to run into Piper. Strickland wouldn't do that. No crazy fighter outside of Piper. That's just because his salt is on another level. No one comes close to him. Nate would slap me. Nate would slap me. No, you're right. Nate would slap me. I'm not going to lie. Masvidal would laugh. Why do you talk so disrespectfully about... I don't talk that disrespectfully about fighters. I don't disrespect people that are fighting, dude. I respect everyone that gets in the cage, man. I respect any man that's willing to stand in front of the octagon with me. Lucas, I challenge you for an MMA fight, 155 or 170. Let's do it. You decide location. I will fly from Sweden to US. No, thank you. I'm good. I've got bigger fish to fry. I've got Joe Piper. I've got Pipsqueak Malley. I've got Salty Mal Hill. Nah, I'm not messing with Salty Mal or Malley. I've got to work on defending myself if I see Joe Piper defending myself. You wouldn't have pissed Piper off if you didn't overstep your boundaries as a commentator. How did I overstep my boundaries? By making a funny tier list talking about fighters being salty because they complain all the time, or they like are pissed off sometimes on the mic at a post-fight press conference, and they say some things that are obviously like crazy, and I'm not even disrespecting them. So you're just honestly, you're getting offended at this shit. You should not be. You're not allowed to joke around about anyone. Just because they have a profession, like, get out of here, bro. It's a sport, okay? You're allowed to joke around about sports. It's not that crazy. I've never said I would beat up Joe Piper. I've never said I would beat up any UFC fighter. I've said that I could at least, in some ways, with caveats, get through something, get through adversity. Maybe I could take a couple of those Jack Manson punches. But yeah. Lucas, why do you look like I'm not falling for that? Good luck. Lucas, don't listen to these bums who trash talk you, brother. They can't take a joke. Yeah, I mean, obviously, a lot of the stuff I say is in tongue in cheek. If you can understand that, then I don't know what to tell you. You're just going to be offended at everything that I say. And listen, like, the UFC is a sport, it's competition. I understand that these guys are putting it all on the line. I never wish ill on any of these fighters. Like, I don't want any of these guys to get seriously hurt, but KOs are part of the game. When I say seriously hurt, like, I don't want anyone to have, like, you know what I'm saying. Okay? Don't wish ill will on these fighters. I never do. And I don't really disrespect these guys personally. But you know what? I am allowed to critique skills because at the end of the day, I'm relating their skills to other fighters' skills. And yes, there are some fighters that have extreme attributes, as if, for example, maybe they have like no power. And that's kind of funny to talk about. But when I say things, for example, like, this guy has no power, I could take some of those punches, I always say, but he would obviously beat me in a fight. That doesn't mean that these people wouldn't beat me in a fight. I may say I can outstrike Ben Askren. Oh, so disrespectful. Yeah, I can outstrike him. Doesn't mean I would beat him in a fight. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.